Hello BookTube, Sarah here, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with a book review, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Summer Getaway by Tennant. I want to thank NetGalley and the publisher, Bookouture, or Bookouture, I hope I'm saying that correctly, for sending me a copy of this book to review. I thoroughly enjoyed this book, you guys. I gave it 4.5 stars. I loved it. This book was published on July the 11th of 2018. So it's been out for a few weeks, so if it sounds like you're going to enjoy it, please go out and pick up a copy. I was immediately drawn in by the cover on this one, and I requested it on the cover alone. When I kind of read what it was about, it just, made me want to read it even more. And I think I would have read it regardless if I'd gotten a copy or not from the publisher. So this is the story of a woman by the name of Ashley. And 16 years earlier, while on vacation, by herself. I can't recall whether it was a class trip or it was a trip with friends, but she was traveling. The whole story starts off in England and then moves to the south of France. But this vacation was elsewhere, I think in the Mediterranean. And she meets this boy at a bar one night, and after a couple too many drinks, they end up spending the night together, and she ends up pregnant. Well, he leaves her a phone number. Phone number doesn't work, so she immediately assumes that he blew her off. So she now has this daughter named Molly that she's raising, and the daughter's now 16. And, she's struggling to make ends meet and things like that. The situation between Ashley and Molly, mother and daughter, very much reminded me of Lorelai and Rory from the Gilmore Girls. That kind of relationship. That mother-daughter, but they're also friends. Ashley's mother, Sue, tended to be a bit of a pain in the rear end in this book, but that was the character. That was her character trait. It wasn't that she was an annoying character, it's just that's what the situation called for. And she was very sweet. The mother could be very sweet, but at other times she was very much in your face and kind of wanted to run Ashley's life. And kind of in a way reminded me of Lorelai's mother in, again, the Gilmore Girls. So, if you are a fan of the Gilmore Girls and you kind of like that family dynamic, I really think you'd enjoy this story. So, like I said, Ashley and Molly are like making ends meet. They're getting by. Molly's a good student. She's, an aspiring musician, a very good musician. She's auditioned for and been accepted into a very prestigious music school. And, her mother just doesn't have the money. But the grandmother is offering to pay it, but the mother doesn't want to take a handout kind of idea. So then as the story begins, there's going to be a party for this distant aunt that is Ashley's mother's husband's grandmother, I think. So, a little bit down the line. But it's going to be in the south of France. And, she kind of wants all these people to be there, and, she's celebrating her 100th birthday. I mean, if you were turning 100, you'd want to invite everybody in the world as well, I'm sure. So, the mom's like, we'll pay for you guys to come, so they end up going on this trip to the south of France, which is where the bulk of the story takes place. So mirroring Ashley and Molly's story is Hayden's story. And he is actually now a grown man, but he is the boy that she had the relationship with all those many summers ago. And he has no idea that he has this daughter. So years after he had the tryst with Ashley, he met a woman and they got married and they had a daughter. And the daughter's name is Ella, and she's about 3 or 4 years younger than Molly. So if Molly's 16, I think that Ella is 11 or 12. So anyway, their stories kind of mirror each other. And, he ends up getting a chance to go stay at this villa in the south of France in the same town. And he ends up going and taking Ella on like a trip together, just the two of them, father and daughter. And then he meets up with Ashley. And throughout the course of the book, she is trying to tell him that Ashley is his daughter, that Molly is his daughter, but can't. And, circumstances happen. This story can also I found was, a bit of a romantic comedy, a comedy of errors kind of idea. She goes to tell him and something happens and she can't. This story was very clean, which I really appreciated. The romances were very sweet. Of course, there was also a little romance with Ashley, or I keep wanting to say Ashley's the daughter, with Molly and this boy named Bastian, who is a friend of the family kind of idea, or a distant cousin, but, not related by blood kind of idea, a French boy. What I loved was the setting of this book. Oh my gosh, you guys, the setting was amazing. The descriptions that the author gave of this seaside town were just beautiful. Going into the market just sounded magical. You know, I wanted to go there so badly. I highly, highly recommend this book. If you like a second chance romance, which is essentially what this is, you know, if you like a whole family drama kind of idea, this is great. If you love stories about mothers and daughters, if you like the Gilmore Girls, like, in all honesty, I know I've said that a couple times, but I'm being completely serious. It very much reminded me of that in a good way, in a very good way. So I highly recommend that you check this book out. Of course, I will leave a link in the description box below to this book on Goodreads, so you can go and check it out and see. And of course, come on guys, let's talk about that cover. Is that not a perfect summer read? I absolutely loved it, and I highly recommend it. So anyway guys, that is it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below, have you read this? Are you interested in reading it? Do you have any questions? Let me know, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Until then, take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.